Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So I've been sitting here thinking lately with all the different space games that are about to come out or have come out or will never come out. Starfield's about probably just a month or two away. I know the release date's not exact yet, and I'm super excited for Starfield. I cannot wait. I haven't been making Elite Dangerous videos lately just because it's not been fun for me. So I'm really looking forward to Starfield. One of the biggest things about Elite for me was the fact that it was VR. And Starfield was rumored to have VR in the beginning. As of right now, it doesn't have VR. There's rumor mills that maybe it'll get VR. Given the fact that Fallout has VR, Skyrim has VR, it sounds like Bethesda's, kind of invested in the VR tech. So I'm fairly confident that eventually there will be a VR version of Starfield. However, I don't like the idea that it's probably going to come as a separate game like Skyrim VR and Fallout VR did. And my issues with that is I just don't want to play an entire game and then play the entire game again in VR where I'm not getting any new surprises, if that kind of makes sense. I guess on a space exploration game, probably wouldn't be so bad. I've always played Elite with VR, so the idea of playing before it wasn't a thing for me. But I've been sitting here looking at different games, and I've been seeing this thing pop up for a little while. I mean, this article's old, which as you can tell, so it's popped up. This one's from June 14th. But apparently Valve is working on a VR game. And it's supposed to be like a procedurally generated game. They're saying, I know I read the article, and somewhere down in the article, they kind of, references to generated planets like No Man's Sky. I hope it's not like No Man's Sky. If it's going to be anything, I really hope it's actually more like Elite Dangerous, where you actually go and explore and find some cool shit. But if it is like No Man's Sky, the only thing that I hope is that it's not as populated. The only reason I don't play No Man's Sky is I don't like the fact that just about everywhere I go, there's something there. And I know that's my opposite complaint with Elite. Everywhere I go, there's nothing there. I want something kind of right in the middle where, maybe I'm finding stuff about 30 to 40% of the time, which is still lower than the majority. But I don't want to find stuff more often than anything because then that takes away the entire, surprise and the fun behind everything. But that's where I'm going to cut it today. I just sort of looked at this. There's not a lot going on about the game. I don't know what kind of exploration it's going to be. If it's going to be like Space Engine or if it's going to be like Elite, No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, anything like that. They talk about some other games, so I don't really care about that shit. All I care about is I just care about the space exploration games in VR. Sorry, I stumbled here because I was just reading what they were saying down here. Valve's pretty quiet. They've invested their index. They got their Steam Deck. I think we're gonna hear big things from Valve. So there you go. Keep an eye out, guys.